Welcome to Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle, LaPorte County's original social media. Sound Off is a public interest forum that encourages your voice to be heard on the topics and issues impacting our local communities. We invite you to be part of the conversation by calling or texting 219-362-0522. You may also email your questions to soundoff@967theeagle.com. This is a topic-based program, and we ask that you keep your comments brief, concise, and related to the topic being discussed. The views expressed on Sound Off are those of the hosts or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media, LLC, or the sponsors. The on-air line is now open for your calls or texts at 219-362-0522. And now, Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
And welcome to Sound Off on this Friday. Stan Maddox here. We have no guest on Sound Off today, so you know what that means, right? Sound Off Summit Day today. So you can give us a call and say whatever you want to. Just no personal attacks. You can talk about whatever you wish, whether it's positive, negative, or what have you. Just no personal attack. So it's all up to you today here on Sound Off. Our number to call one more time, 362-0522. So let's get some phone calls today and hear what the people have to say and see what's on their mind. Sound Off Summit Day today, so give us a call, 362-0522. Yeah, in the news, interesting little news piece we've been having on the air today. Plant that is planned at the Kingsbury Industrial Park. It's going to accept food waste. It's going to come from the major food processors. It's going to come from supermarket chains, spoiled or expired foods, and they're going to bring it into this plant at the Kingsbury Industrial Park. And as that food decomposes, it's going to produce a methane gas. And so it'll be injected into existing NIPSCO pipelines and distributed for customers to use. So that's kind of an interesting process, an interesting company that'll be coming to LaPorte County, Kingsbury Industrial Park. It's a $70 million investment initially, and then they have plans for an expansion, and that'll cost another $70 million. So if everything comes together, you're talking a $140 million investment at the Kingsbury Industrial Park, and you're taking food that would otherwise go into landfills, keeping it out of the landfills and turning it into natural gas. And then the leftovers will be used as like a fertilizer-type product, something like potash, and be bagged and made available for customers to use for landscaping in their gardens or whatever. So kind of a neat facility that's planned at the Kingsbury Industrial Park. Construction scheduled to be completed by the end of next year. So something to look forward there. It's amazing what they could do nowadays, I'll tell you. You get these suppliers out there with all this food that's expired and food that nobody bought, and before you know it, you're taking in up to 200 tons a day. There's plan to be able to take up to 200 tons a day of this product. You're talking crop waste, crops that are sitting out in the fields rotting, like pumpkins and other crops that for some reason didn't make it to market. Then farmers will be able to sell those crops to brokers who will get it into the hands of this plant for them to use to make the natural gas. So all sorts of different type of food waste will be going into that facility. So kind of a neat thing there. Perhaps you want to talk about that, or maybe some other things. Chipotle here in LaPorte opens on Monday. A lot of people have been looking forward to that. I guess a lot of people have been driving in thinking they've been open, but it's just the vehicles belonging to their employees who are being trained and getting ready for opening day. So the Chipotle here in LaPorte will be opening on Monday. Any other restaurants out there you want to see that come to LaPorte? In recent years, there's been a lot of new additions. Let's see, you had Popeyes go in about a year or two ago. Buffalo Wild Wings, of course, that was maybe 10 years ago. Trying to think of some other ones, but there's a lot of chain restaurants in LaPorte now that weren't here, 5 or 10 years ago. So anything else you'd like to see in terms of restaurant coming to the city of LaPorte? Let us know. 362-0522. That's our number to call. Sound Off Summit today. No guests. So totally up to you today. So give us a call and tell us what's on your mind. Last night I was in La Crosse for an interesting LaPorte County Farm Bureau chili supper. It was their annual chili supper in La Crosse. Boy, great food. I'll tell you, that chili was outstanding. And then a lot of people brought in some potluck items. The desserts were just absolutely to die for. Wow. But they had the director of the Indiana State Department of Agriculture there. And he was talking about some of the concerns that farmers have with the new administration at the federal level. Of course, you have, tariffs being proposed. That's one of their concerns because things are pretty tough right now, and economically and farming, last thing farmers want to have is other countries retaliating with tariffs on their own to drive up the cost of exports on things like corn, soybeans, and other farm products. So they don't want to see that because that could reduce demand and hurt the farmers financially. Border security was brought up as a concern. Of course, number of people filtering into the country from Mexico, that's pretty much all but stopped. I mean, it's like 95% reduction over the past year or two. They're concerned that ICE is going to get some of the migrant workers. Labor shortages already a challenge in farming, and they rely on a lot of migrants to do a lot of that work out in the field. So that was brought up as a concern. They don't want to see the labor shortage get even worse because who's going to get the crops and who's going to do some of that other work that Americans don't want to do? So that was raised as a concern. Perhaps you want to talk about border security, or maybe there's an issue in the agriculture world that you want to mention today on Sound Off. The other day I found out there's an oil change station going up on Pine Lake Avenue. You may have wondered while you're driving by that area next to Dollar General on Pine Lake Avenue. It's an oil change station. It's going up. They're doing the foundation work as we speak. There's a big fence around the site. So if you've been curious about what's going in there, it's an oil change company. So far, I haven't been able to find out which one, but that's what's going in there on Pine Lake Avenue next to Dollar General. So give us a call or send us a text, 362-0522. We got a text message. Let's see. It says, "Good afternoon, Stan. I remember when the old food processor was invented. Dr. Emmett Brown invented it back in 1985 to power the flux capacitor." Okay, that's kind of interesting. I'm not sure what a flux capacitor is. Maybe Meatball knows.
That's Dr. Emmett Brown, and the flux capacitor is from Back to the Future.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if when the food processor was invented, but that's definitely a Back to the Future joke. I love that.
Okay, yeah. I'm sitting there thinking, what is a flux capacitor? Never heard of such. On Back to the Future, what was it? Do you recall?
Yeah, that was the thing that powered the DeLorean to go back in time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I gotcha. Okay. So a little science fiction here on Sound Off.
Which actually, I just saw a post about this the other day. If you look up O'Reilly's Auto Parts, like if you go to O'Reilly's and look up auto parts, they actually have a flux capacitor in their inventory. I don't think you can ever buy it, but it's still pretty funny that it's there.
Oh, okay. All right. I'm glad I know that. That's great. Thanks a lot. 362-0522, that's the number on Sound Off today. Normally, people want to say and get things off their chest, but so far, no telephone calls. Sound Off Summit doesn't happen every time, so take advantage of the opportunity and give us a call. Anything happening at the federal level, perhaps you want to talk about. We've mentioned border security. Any thoughts on that? U.S. Department of Education apparently is being dismantled because of an executive order issued by President Trump. Department of Government Efficiency, that certainly has stirred up a hornet's nest and then some from Washington, D.C. Elon Musk in the waste he's uncovering in federal spending. Some people are not liking that. They're out setting Teslas on fire and Tesla dealerships on fire. Perhaps you want to speak to that issue and what's going on at the federal level with cutting what appears to be billions, if not eventually $1 trillion or more in federal spending. Of course, a lot of that's happened with U.S. aid, and perhaps you're not liking that situation or you support it. So give us a call and let us know how you feel. Let's see, we have a text message here. What did you say is being built next to Dollar General on Pine Lake Avenue? It's an oil change station. I'm not sure if it's a Jiffy Lube or which company it's going to be. So far, unable to find out, but it is an oil change station that is going up on Pine Lake Avenue. This person says, Take 5 oil change. So that's but this one says Valvoline is the company. So not sure. It's either Valvoline or Take 5 or one of those companies out there, but it is an oil change company that's going in on Pine Lake Avenue. I'll tell you what, let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back after this.
The Gold Clipper Pet Salon and Resort, located at 112 J Street in LaPorte, is considered one of the best grooming salons in LaPorte. The Gold Clipper, open since 1985, offers a variety of services to ensure your pet has a pleasant experience in a stress-free environment. The Gold Clipper also offers daycare and boarding for your precious best friend. Stop in and check out their selection of solid gold dog and cat food, as well as an assortment of treats. For more info, call them at 219-324-5000 or go to their website, www.goldclipper.com.
Hello, this is Dale Naus with Cutler Funeral Home and Cremation Center. Caring friends are always available when you need them the most. At Cutler Funeral Home and Cremation Center, we make available caring, compassionate grief counseling before, during, and long after you have experienced the loss of a loved one. Whether your funeral arrangements were with us or another funeral home, Caring Voices is a service that will connect you with master-level counselors anytime you need a listening ear. Allow us to help you and those around you to start on a pathway to healing. Don't suffer alone during your time of loss. Comfort and understanding flow through Caring Voices, provided exclusively at no expense to you by Cutlers. Call us at 219-362-2828. That's 219-362-2828. Or stop by to find out more about Caring Voices.
Get all your weekend sports updates on 96.7 The Eagle all weekend, every hour from 11:30 to 9:30 following ABC News, covering the latest in sporting news with current scores from across the country. Provided by ABC Sports and brought to you by Giggles Boutique.
Have you heard about Denny's Diner on 96.7 The Eagle? Every weekday during the morning mayhem at 6:55, I'll present you with our special question of the day, and if you're the first person with the correct answer, then you'll win a $20 gift card from one of these fine sponsors.
Twisted Tiki Sports Bar and Pizzeria, Burger Taco, JJ's Pizza Shack, and the Burger Bar and Grill.
So join me for Denny's Diner at 6:55 weekday mornings only on 96.7 The Eagle.
Michiana weather. Daytime highs approaching 54 this afternoon under overcast skies. A dusting of snow tonight. From the Weather Center at HometownNewsNow.com, I'm meteorologist Paul Trombley. Right now, 48.
Your opinion matters. We invite you to share it by calling the on-air line at 362-0522. That's 362-0522. Now, back to Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
Hey, welcome back to Sound Off on this Friday afternoon. That's right. I couldn't remember if it's Monday or Friday. That's how busy of a week it's been. But Friday afternoon has a nice ring to it, that's for sure. Sound Off Summit today. Give us a call, 362-0522. It's up to you. If you want to give us a call, you can talk about whatever you wish to. So take advantage of it, 362-0522. We'd like to hear from you. Anything else out there that you would like to talk about, perhaps? There's a lot out there, of course. A lot of people are upset what's going on at the federal level. Any thoughts on the federal judge that's cracking down on deporting violent, illegal aliens? For now, at least, he wants a hearing to determine if that is constitutional or if any rights were violated. Of course, he ordered the return of the planes that were in the middle of taking the ones recently to El Salvador. And looks like there's going to be a big fight between that judge and the Department of Justice, because the Department of Justice insists it's within the executive powers of the president to do things like that, and the judge is interfering with the president's executive rights. So any thoughts on that? Let's take a phone call here on Sound Off. Go right ahead. What would you like to say?
Yeah, Trump's doing a great job. I'm real proud of him. I want him to deport everybody he wants to. Anybody stands in the way, he knows what to do. Great job. Trump's doing a great job. He could take a few leaders with him.
Okay, even if they're residents of the country, you want to see them deported?
Sure, yeah. I'd like to see some of the citizens of the country deported, too. Yeah, let's take this chance to scrape the earth. Let's take this chance to get it cleaned up.
Okay, thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate it. Any thoughts on what that man had to say? He likes what the job President Trump is doing, and even some people who are residents, he'd like to see them deported if for whatever reason. Give us a call, 362-0522. We have a text message. It's, let's see, why did they close Holocker Road at Clear Lake? Well, they did that for the trail, the biking and the walking trail. And so that's why they did that situation. So that's the answer to your question. Let's see if we have any more text messages here. Let's see. I think LaPorte needs Portillo's. Is that how you pronounce it? Portillo's? It's nice enough to dine inside or quick enough for a takeout or a Hooters. So Portillo's or Hooters. That's what this one listener wants to see here in LaPorte. So Chipotle, of course, is opening it up on Monday. And this person would like to see a Portillo's or a Hooters. Any other type of restaurants out there you'd like to see come to LaPorte. Of course, in recent years, Culver's. That's another one that comes to mind. It's a brand new restaurant here in LaPorte. That opened up several years ago. What else was here, or what else is here that wasn't several years ago? Let's see. Popeyes, of course. You have, Buffalo Wild Wings. That's been about 10 years ago. But there's been a few others here in recent years that people wanted to see, and they've come. In years past, we've heard people ask for a Cracker Barrel, things of that nature. So anything else you'd like to see come to LaPorte in terms of food? Let's take a phone call here on Sound Off. You're on. Go right ahead.
Hi. I went to the meeting they had last week at the Exchange. And the way it was represented, everybody thought it was going to be like a meeting with someone in charge, and there was going to be a question and answer. And as it turned out, it was self-directed. They had a bunch of these boards and stuff that you were going to walk around and look. Anyway, that's about the fourth one I've been to that talked about what are the plans for the city, what should we do, blah, blah, blah. And nothing's ever followed through. People can give their input, and they don't listen. And half of the stuff is already in the works. I don't understand the purpose of paying this company to do this survey and what does the city need and how are we going to do it. They're already doing it. They're already approving stuff. There's stuff building all over the place, and it doesn't seem like we have a plan. Like residential, commercial, businesses are all mixed together. So I don't understand why we're paying this company so much money to do this study, and nothing ever comes of any of these studies. They don't listen to anybody, and, it's just a waste of money. Thank you.
Okay. Thanks a lot for the call. Appreciate it. 362-0522. That's the number to call. You can send us a text message as well. We got a couple of more text messages to get to. We need a White Castle. Hey, I'd like to see that. That's a good one. Let's see what else. White Castle. Would you like to see a White Castle come? How stinky is the new place at Kingsbury going to be, or no stink at all? Funny you asked that question. I had a chance to talk to the CEO of the company about an hour ago, actually, and I asked him that question. He said they have the technology that will result in no odors whatsoever. So he says no odors whatsoever coming from the plant that's in the works for the Kingsbury Industrial Park. So that's the answer to your question there. Let's see. Like to see Firehouse Subs come to LaPorte. Okay, Firehouse Subs. LaPorte needs a Sonic or a Chick-fil-A. No more Dollar Generals. Too many Dollar Generals right now, they say. So Sonic and Chick-fil-A, those are the votes for the city of LaPorte to have. Of course, Chick-fil-A will be opening soon in Michigan City. And Michigan City's had a Sonic now for a couple of years. Let's take another phone call here on Sound Off. Go right ahead. What would you like to say?
Hi, Stan.
Yeah.
I don't know what these farmers are worried about. If these workers they have are in the country legally, why should they be worried? They're only deporting illegals that are in the country. So I don't know why the farmer should be worried. I worked at Bernanke's here in town, and they had Hispanics working for them, but they made sure they had their green card before they hired them. And I remember one time when ICE came in there, and they checked to make sure they had their green cards. So if they're here legally, I don't know what these farmers are worried about losing their help. And for a restaurant, I'd like to see a Jersey Mike sub come to LaPorte.
Jersey
Mike's.
Okay. All right. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it. Jersey Mike's. That's what he likes to see or would like to see come to LaPorte. 362-0522. Text message. Yes, best subs in the country. Jersey Mike. So that's what he just said. So give us a call, 362-0522. It's Friday afternoon. The weekend is almost here, so people should be in the mood to want to give us a call, 362-0522. So, the previous caller had a pretty good point. I mean, if you're here legally with a green card, not sure what the concerns are. I think, one of the concerns the man from the State Department of Agriculture stated last night is a lot of people, even if they're here legally, they're concerned that eventually they might be forced to go and perhaps not be allowed to come back. I guess there's a lot of fear in communities here in Indiana, like Frankfort, where they have a lot of Hispanics living, and they're all afraid of the unexpected or maybe some surprise coming down the road, and perhaps they're here legally and they might be forced to go back. A lot of uncertainty out there, so certainly a time for some people to be concerned. Any thoughts on that issue or anything else? Give us a call, 362-0522. This week's county commissioners meeting, a gentleman brought up that dangerous curve on US 35, especially if you're heading southbound. It kind of catches you off guard. Sometimes it's hard to see, especially at night with no street lights. And there was another crash there Sunday afternoon. Fortunately, that driver was not seriously injured from what we could tell. And but he went off the road and struck a tree because he totally missed the curve. And there's been some bad crashes at that curve in years past, as most people probably already know. But the gentleman at the county commissioners meeting suggested doing something else. There's been a sign posted recently warning drivers with an arrow to let them know the curve is upcoming, and he said that's worked a little bit to reduce crashes, but more needs to be done. He suggested maybe putting a guardrail up, so if you leave the road and miss the curve, you're not going to hit those trees that are beside the highway. So any thoughts on that? Just curious. Give us a call, 362-0522. Let's take another phone call right now. What would you like to say? Hello, go ahead.
Hi.
Oh, hi.
I saw you were just talking about something different, but what I'd like to say is the Democrats that are inciting violence, encouraging people to be violent, they need to be held accountable. They need to have charges filed against them, because you hear it and you see it, and they're on YouTube, they're on everything, saying to fight. I want to see Elon Musk's company destroyed, Tesla's destroyed, and they're hurting just people off the street that own them. and it's the best American-made company we have doing the proper thing for our planet. And it's ridiculous that these people that we've elected to office can say such violent things and encourage violence without consequences.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's, you're encouraging acts of violence. That's perhaps even a crime. I'm not even sure, but sounds like the feds are looking into that. Okay. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it so much. I mean, I'm not sure why these people are so upset. For how many years now have people been complaining about overspending and perhaps corruption? And here Elon Musk is going in there and uncovering overspending and billions and billions and billions of dollars that should be not spent and saved instead. And he's doing what a lot of people want to see. So if you're against what he's doing, you want the government to continue toward bankruptcy. You want the government to continue being bloated. I mean, what are you complaining about? Do you want to see your taxes perhaps get lowered just a little bit if they reduce federal spending by, 5, 10, 15% or whatever that is? I'm not sure what they're angry about. It's almost like he's doing the country a favor, but for some reason, a lot of people don't like that. If you have any insight, give us a call. I'd appreciate some sort of explanation. Let's take another phone call. You're on Sound Off. Go ahead.
Yes, is that me, Stan?
That's you. You're on.
Okay, Stan, I don't have any problem with any of these illegal immigrants coming in here as long as they don't have a criminal background. Just this county alone, we're going to need hundreds and hundreds of people to go to work. The young generation don't want to work. We got a lot of other deadbeats that got to be just kicked out of the country. If we got all these Hispanic families that are willing to come here and work and pay taxes, I don't see a problem with it. I don't see Trump sending the ones that are legal away either. We need to get rid of so much of the corruption in the government, too. It's just gotten totally out of control for the last 50 years. So that's what I got to say. Thank you.
All right. Thanks for the call. Appreciate it so much. Text message. Don't forget about the Burger Taco place. Really good. Yeah, no kidding. They are. Good place. They're right next to the radio station. We need another store besides Walmart. Okay. We need a Del Taco in LaPorte. Yeah, Del Taco. I've seen those before, especially out west. Okay. Says, please do not manipulate why the judge wanted to stop the plane. It was because they were not following the Constitution and making sure they were not deporting someone that was here legally. And they violated at least one person's right. One is too many. Okay. And Elon Musk rescued our astronauts that our own government couldn't do. Nobody is praising him or talking anything about it. Yeah, no kidding. I mean, you bring 2 astronauts stranded on the moon for 9 months or so. Huge pat on the back, it seems, to be deserved for Elon Musk on that one, that's for sure. Let's take a quick commercial break. We'll come back after this.
Tired of contracts, endless rate hikes, and poor customer service? So were your neighbors. That's why they switched to Surf Fiber Fast Internet. Easy, reliable, and local. Now it's your turn to discover the difference with blazing fast speeds, no contracts, price lock for life, and local customer service. So you can stay connected without the hassle. Get internet plans starting as low as $25 a month with AutoPay. Visit surfinternet.com today. Restrictions apply. Not all speeds available in all areas. Go to surfinternet.com to learn more and for full offer details.
Frank L. Kazai Funeral Home, Essling Chapel, a tradition of excellence since 1958. It's our desire to bring our brand of compassionate care and quality to every family we serve. At Frank L. Kazai Funeral Home, Essling Chapel, we would like to say thank you for calling on us to be your trusted funeral director. We are privileged and honored to serve your family in such a difficult time, and we pledge to continue to do so for many years to come. LaPorte's most experienced funeral directors with over 67 years of experience to honor your loved one. Please visit our informative website to learn more and see what our families are saying about the care they have received. Trusted, experienced, local family-owned, Frank L. Kazai Funeral Home, Essling Chapel. EsslingFuneralHome.com.
Hi, everyone. I'm Craig Orndorff. On the next Weekend in the Country, we head back to late March of 1983. President Reagan proposed a laser defense system. We watched the final episode of MASH and a thrilling NCAA tournament. And on the countdown were Ricky Skaggs, the Bellamy's, John Anderson, Shelley West, the Oak Ridge Boys, and Alabama. We'll have them and more on the next Weekend in the Country.
Weekend in the Country, Saturdays 8 to 10 on 96.7 The Eagle, sponsored by Robert Tillish Appliance.
Looking for a hard-to-find item you can't find in the stores? Maybe you'd like to sell a few items you no longer use or need. Maybe you're looking for help around the house or yard. Tradio is the answer. Every weekday following your 9 a.m. news for Tradio on 96.7 The Eagle. It's your time to call 362-0522 to buy, sell, and trade just about anything, even those hard-to-find items. Join us for Tradio, weekdays from 9:06 a.m. until 10 on 96.7 The Eagle.
What are you waiting for? The lines are open on Sound Off. Text or dial your questions now to 362-0522. That's 362-0522. Now, back to LaPorte County's original social media. Sound Off on 96.7 The Eagle.
And welcome back to Sound Off. Let's go back to the telephone calls. You're on the air. What would you like to say?
Is that me?
That's you.
Hey, restaurant-wise, I'd like to see a restaurant like Perkins or Applebee's come to LaPorte. And in reference to the illegals, I think they should go. We don't need another 911 deal. And they should be vetted and thoroughly checked before they even allow them to join our military, because some of the shootings were people that were in the military and they were from foreign countries. So, yeah, I think getting rid of them would make our country a lot safer in the long run. And I think Musk did a good job getting them people home, and I'm glad he's finding the wasted money.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks a lot for the call. Let's take another one. You're on Sound Off. Go right ahead.
How you doing, Stan?
Hey, I'm okay. How are you?
Oh, not bad. I see they opened another big pot shop up there on 39. They just keep coming.
I'm telling you. They're it's like just when you think the last one's gone up, there's two more they're going up. It's amazing.
Yeah, it's all in the same spot. I mean, it's unbelievable to me.
Have you taken a drive down US 12?
No, I haven't.
Oh my gosh, there's got to be just as many, if not more.
Where are you talking? Between Three Oaks and New Buffalo, or
no? As you're driving toward Michigan City, as you're driving out of New Buffalo toward Michigan City, it's crazy. There's got to be 10, maybe even a dozen along that stretch of 12.
No, I haven't been that way in some time.
Oh wow! Oh
yeah,
man, it's nuts.
Yeah, and Indiana's still not reaping any benefit from the pot plant, so I don't know. I've never stepped foot in any of them. Don't plan to. I don't need the reason I do that is bad joints. Not the kind you puff on, but
right.
These are the ones I have to walk on.
Right.
Yeah, I don't need anything to disturb my balance. I don't think I've even had an alcoholic beverage in about 4 years, I think. So no. I live close to New Buffalo, yes, but I don't visit those shops and don't have any plans to. I think, though, you were talking about Elon Musk. I think that there's a lot of trepidation with the cuts to benefits for veterans and Medicaid, Medicare. People are concerned. He refers to Social Security as a Ponzi scheme. I don't see it that way. The way I see it, I paid into that program my entire working life from the time I was in my teens till I retired, and I don't see it as an entitlement. I see it as an earned benefit.
Mm-hmm.
So when they they start talking about him allowing his kids, minions, to have access to people's information, I think that's got a lot to do with it. But violence is not the answer. If you're dead set against Musk, don't buy stock, don't buy his vehicles,
Right.
But,
don't set them ablaze, right?
No, that's terrible. I don't advocate violence of any kind against anyone. So hopefully they'll get that worked out. But anyhow, Stan, that's all I got, and I thank you for your time, my friend.
Okay. Yeah, thanks for the call. Okay, let's see. We have a text message. Too many people are sharing posts on social media, posts that don't tell the entire story. True, very true. A lot of one-sided stories on Facebook and other social media platforms. Says President Trump is videoed advocating violence and said he would pay their bail. That was at a rally when he ran the first time. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, I do. Okay, 362-0522. That's our number to call or shoot us a text message as well. We got another text message. Says pot places, 20, counting on 39, Wilson Road, Highway 12 toward Michigan City. Right, 20, counting on, and that includes 39, Wilson Road and 12. So this guy says there's about 20. That sounds about right. I was thinking at least 2 dozen. And there might be more on the way. I know they have a moratorium in place now on any additional pot shops, but there's one building permit. They're, what do they call it? A special exception. There's still one special exception for at least one more pot store that was approved prior to the moratorium. And there's a few other ones that haven't quite started construction yet that received approval prior to that moratorium. So it seems like there's a pot shop going up in every nook and cranny. On parcels of ground you thought would be too small for such a thing. People are very creative in how they're designing these places to be able to fit into those narrow areas that you didn't think would have room enough for a store like that. So they're all over the place, no question about it. It's like going to a huge shopping mall or something at Christmas time, and everybody's there, and a lot of stores are there. And as soon as you cross the state line, wham! You're hitting the face with stores and signs, and it's just surreal in a way, that's for sure. It's like back in the day when you went to Tennessee and all of a sudden at the state line there's a bunch of fireworks stores. I think it's even worse in New Buffalo in terms of all the pot stores that are there. 362-0522. Give us a call or shoot us a text message. We got another text message to get to. People yelling about cancer research funding being cut. Why haven't they been complaining about the salaries of the heads of the Cancer Society? Over $1 million in salaries. Okay. Why doesn't Indiana take advantage of pot and legalize it and get tax money for our roads and public services? Instead, we push to make advertising pot illegal. Seems backwards. That's what that person just said. And let's see. We had this one, and it jumped behind me. I've heard that some of those pot shops do $1 million in sales per day. Now, I haven't heard that one, but who knows? That might be very well true. That would take a lot of people to rack up $1 million in sales. What would the average customer spend on their trip to a pot store? I couldn't even say. So if you had maybe $100, that'd take a lot of customers to get to $1 million in sales per day, but who knows? Or maybe it's all the pot shops combined do $1 million in business. I wouldn't be surprised on that one. The highest paid position at the American Cancer Society, based on recent data, appears to be the CEO, who earned $1.1 million last year. Okay, highest paid position at the American Cancer Society earned $1.1 million last year, according to that person. All right, about a minute and a half to go on Sound Off this afternoon. Perhaps you want to tell us your plans for the weekend, something like that. Give us a call, 362-0522. I think I'm just going to take it easy and sit in my chair and watch college basketball all weekend. That's always a good thing to do. Tournament time has started always exciting to sit back and watch a little college basketball, that's for sure. Let's see. Any other text messages? Nope, I don't see any more. But if you want to shoot us one, feel free to do so. Yeah, hopefully the weather will be better this weekend. Are they calling like 40s, 50 degrees?
I think it's literally all over the place. Snow tonight, warm-ish tomorrow, and then cold again on Sunday. Chance of rain, like it. Just roll the dice.
Wow. Typical March, that's for sure. You know, it's like we've already had some summer-like weather, spring-like weather, and now it's back to winter. Somewhere in between, we'll get a little fall. So all 4 seasons in a month of March. That always seems to happen each and every year. So hunker down perhaps this weekend, and if you have a fireplace, build you a fire. I just might do the same thing. Well, that'll do it for Sound Off today. As always, thanks for the calls, thanks for listening, and thanks for those text messages. That's always great. Have a great weekend. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.
Thank you for joining us and voicing your opinion on this edition of Sound Off. The views expressed on Sound Off are those of the host or callers and do not represent the opinion of 96.7 The Eagle, Spoon River Media, LLC, or the sponsors. Sound Off airs live every Monday and Friday, immediately following Update 12 News, and is available online after the show is over under the podcast menu at hometownnewsnow.com. Mark your calendar and join us again for the next edition of Sound Off.